Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late May 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for our good friends? The beautiful Leo collective here in mid to late May. Energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in mid to late May. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Still using the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Been reading the comments. I know some of you absolutely love it. Some of you are really creeped out by it. But I promise it'll be over nice and quick, right? That's why we use it for the oracle. Okay, this is different. Do not drink the poison. Okay, that's definitely a different vibe from what I've been seeing for you and other signs. Now, again, we don't have to take this at face value. This deck is most definitely very intuitive. So when I see it, there's a certain intoxicating energy here. So it is giving me like a little tempting vibe too. So I feel like this message in particular is definitely going to come in layers. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So I think it's cool. I like that color green. Now, for some of you, I will go with that message. There might be certain things, behaviors, activities that you know aren't the best for you, that might be very tempting. So if any of you Leos out there are currently trying to refrain from something, so whether you're refraining from a person, whether it's refraining from a habit, whatever it might be, when I see this card, it's like, okay, you might be tempted a little extra in this time when this is here. But the big theme about this card is like, all right, if you know something isn't great for you, then don't do it. I mean, very simple, right? It's like those old doctor jokes, right? Like a doctor giving you advice, like, oh, well, why does your ear hurt? And you give them a reason, they're like, well, don't do it. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. Like, it's simple, but it's not. So for some Leos, there might be certain situations you're dealing with where, I mean, it might be a little more complex. Like from someone on the outside, they might be like, oh, yeah, that's easy. Just don't do it. But to you, there's this little internal tug. So watch out for stuff like that. We're going to leave her over there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. And we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos. What do we got here in mid to late May? Getting very close to Leo season, pretty soon. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. There were a ton of karmic energies at play, which means for a lot of Leos, it might be a very powerful time, even if you're feeling stuck, even if stuff doesn't seem like it's shifting or moving. The reading was titled A Massive Karmic Change. So it's like, all right, the universe is at play. The universe is shifting things for you. So whether you're going through personal transformation and metamorphosis, there could be a lot of situations you're dealing with where it's like from day to day, they might look very different. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for the lovely Leos. What's happening in mid to late May? What do we got for our good friends? Thank you. Ooh, yeah, very guarded type of energy here with the 9 of Wands. That could be a blockage of some kind. We're definitely going to look at this further, especially leading off with the 9 of Wands. I'm a big fan of having an action card in position number 1. So when we have one that's so firm right from the jump, and I was seeing that in the Aries reading too, like the reading itself just starts with this super firm, yeah, even here in the center, we have this Hanged Man. This could be plan-based, but the energy itself, it's just like a wall for one reason or another, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. I guess it depends on what you're going through. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. These energies could be at odds. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. So this energy on the back end feels nice. And this is an energy that could definitely ease the tension of whatever's going on there in the center. So I think we have a layered one here this week, Leo. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I mean, we do have a mixture of elements going on here. I do say it's earth heavy. We do have fire right here in the front with the 9 of Wands. That's your element. So that's the comfort zone. It's cool. It's cozy. It's very, very firm. Same thing here with the Hanged Man. Now that one is like a mix. Like some people say this is Pisces, some people say it's Virgo, some people say it's Scorpio. I'm more of like a Scorpio Virgo mindset here, but it is earthy. And then we have the Three Pentacles, which is also earthy. So there's like this certain solid energy that we're working with this week. And we definitely want to look and see what's underneath the surface, because these energies, very stubborn, very set in place right here. But this one is like working together on the back end. So it's like these energies want to get to here, or that this would be the ideal path, going from this to this. So let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out, because I do think this is going to be a complex one. So position number one, we do have the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. For some Leos, there could be certain things you're still healing from. There could be certain situations that are still bugging you, where it's like, all right, well, I'm not fully there yet. Aside from that, it's guarded. So for some of you, if you've been through a lot of things in your life, when this is here, it's like, all right, well, I've been through that. I'm not going to go through it again. It's like I am on guard. Now, the good thing about this card, it's protective, it's territorial. So whether you're protecting your interests or someone you love, it's like, no, I need to protect something. I need to protect this. But this card can also represent blockages in communication. It could be a very stubborn energy as well. And I do say on its worst, or not, don't want to say it's worst, but it's most challenging, this could be rejecting something, where it's like, no, I'm not even talking about it. If this is what you're coming to the table with, I'm not even talking about it. For some of you, might just be in hermit mode too. We don't always have to go 0 to 100. It doesn't always have to be the sky is falling. So when I see the Nine of Wands, it's like, I'm just holding firm here. And that's what I saw in the Aries reading too. So we definitely want to look at that further. And yeah, it can represent problems. It can represent situations that might be serious. And then moving to the center, we have the Hanged Man. Very similar to the Hermit, where it's like not making actions, not making moves. So these energies are just like firm and set. The Hanged Man is retracted and pulled back. So whether there's a situation where it's like, oh, let me detach myself from this for a second. Now, it is watching. That's one thing I always say about the Hanged Man, because you see him there, eyes wide open. He's not making moves, but he's keeping very close tabs. So whether it's a situation that Spirit's like, hey, Leo, take this situation seriously. You need to keep a very close eye on this. Don't ignore this. It could be someone watching you too, right? Everyone knows Leo gets a lot of attention, good, bad, and indifferent. You just naturally get attention. So when I see the Hanged Man in your reading, it's like someone's watching, like someone's got their eye on you. So just know this. Now, the Hanged Man, yeah, it could be strategic and planning as well. But similar to this Nine of Wands, it's like blocked up, gunked up type of energy, where it's just holding firm and it's not doing anything. So again, whether it is a serious situation or whether it's like just two energies that are very, very stubborn and set, we want to look into this further. Now, moving to the back end, yeah, these energies in the front, they just feel difficult. Not insurmountable. That's one thing I will say. It's not insurmountable, but it does feel difficult, especially with what we saw last week. Now, on the back, this is where the energy comes into a good alignment. So hopefully this is the way the energy is moving for you. We have the Three of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, this could just represent work things, how you earn money, business things. So I'm not sure if it all ties in together. There could be just different things in regards to group situations, more than one, more than two. With the Three of Pentacles, it could represent the group of people we surround ourselves with. So we want to take a very close look at this, especially with the Hanged Man and this. There's like a certain tension. But the good thing about this card, it's like, let's work together as a group. Teamwork makes the dream work. So maybe the goal is coming from these two energies into this, where it's like, okay, it doesn't have to be this way. Let's get into this energy. That would be nice. But again, when we look at the challenge of the Three of Pentacles, it could represent too many chefs in the kitchen, too many people giving advice, too many people involved. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for Leo, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Nine of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay. Let's get in on this Nine of Wands. Yeah, the deck is jumping. It wants to talk to you. So why is it here? Talk to me. Why is it? Thank you. Yeah, not again. I ain't doing that again. It's like giving me that vibe. This is someone, ooh, okay. Tower in reverse underneath the Nine of Wands. This is someone that is either going through something really difficult or they have. And it's like, I never want to relive something like this ever again. It's like giving me that vibe. It's like hyper vigilant. So again, I'm not saying that's you. It could be someone you're connected to where just their mode and how they're acting. It's like trauma surfacing and it's just hyper vigilant. It's someone that's super on edge. That's initially what I'm feeling here with the Tower in reverse. Because you know the Tower, it's a shocking energy. It shakes the foundation. So when we have the Nine of Wands with the Tower in reverse, it's like I've been through some things, I've seen some things before, and I'm not doing it again. This could also be that rejection type of energy where it's like, you know, I'm not inviting any of this energy in. It's like I would rather not. But there's also this vibe with whatever situation or problem or whatever we want to phrase it as. When I see the Tower in reverse, it's like I've seen this before. So again, there could be certain things that pop up where it's like, all right, well, you've kind of seen similar things, and this energy is like, no, not again. Don't do it again. Don't fall into that again. So similar to this very early card we had in the beginning, remember there was that temptation with this card. Spirit's kind of saying the same thing here in the front. It's like, don't fall into it again, Leo. Don't do it. But then, yeah, it's either hyper vigilant or it's again rejecting something completely. That's the vibe. Like Nine of Wands, Tower reverse, it's like, nope, I'm not inviting that energy in, whatever it might be. So again, whether this is you or whether it's someone you're dealing with, like the walls are up and we're gonna have to see if they crumble or if they come down voluntarily, but we're just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, this can most definitely be a situation you want to keep an eye on though. Like even if this energy is closed off for the time being, you do want to keep tabs on this, even if like you're currently like pushing it away or rejecting it. Let's see what's up with the Hanged Man. Let's see what's up with that. Because it's not like I'm getting pressure from this Hanged Man. It's so peculiar. But why is the Hanged Man there, please? What's happening? Okay. Yeah, you got to take a very cold, hard look at it. So we do have the Three of Swords. Okay, so again, whatever situations that do pop up in this time, it's just important that you stare right in the face. That's just how it feels. And for some of you, it doesn't even have to be anything super major. For some of you, it might just be a couple gloomy days. This might be stuff that's happening to people around you as well. But the Three of Swords, it's problematic. So again, I feel like there's either one, a situation that you should take seriously and you should keep an eye on it. Don't ignore it. Even if you are being protective, it's like, don't ignore it. You got to stare right in the face. You got to keep an eye on it. So there is something here that Spirit wants you to keep your eye on. But yeah, Three of Swords and upright under the Hanged Man. It's like not recoiling, but it's an energy where it's like, okay, well, that sucks, but okay. It's like not doing anything. It's such an odd energy at play because this one's like building the walls and like reject. This one isn't even pressuring the boundaries for some reason. So it's like two energies that are in a very peculiar place. Very peculiar. But again, the main thing I feel like here, any problems or situations you might be dealing with right now, Spirit's advising to just like stare right in the face, see it for what it is, find the nuggets of truth within it. Either that or it's a situation where Spirit really, like, even if it's difficult for you, even if it's something you really don't want to do, Spirit's like, you got to keep an eye on it or you need to pay attention to it. So let's keep moving to the Three of Pentacles. Because again, these energies could just be temporary. Even if they're rough, even if they're not looking great, doesn't mean it's permanent. But with what I'm seeing here, it's choppy. It is choppy waters here. But let's go in on the Three of Pentacles. Let's see what's up with that before we get into the recap in the shadow. So why is the Three of Pentacles here? Thank you. Okay. So we have the Empress showing up in reverse. That's Taurus, Libra energy here. Empress in reverse. Okay. I have a very peculiar message here. I don't want to, I want to say it, but I don't want to sound mean. It's a vibe of like, there's no one coming to save you. Ooh, that sounds so bad, right? Now, I'm not sure if that's something you're saying to somebody else or someone saying it to you. But when I see the Three of Pentacles with the Empress in reverse, it's like, listen, you know, some people, they might act like they care, but do they really? It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So I would watch out for like false friendships or people that act like they care, but they really don't. That's so peculiar here. But at the same time, it's like, I didn't mean to sound so harsh when I said no one's coming to save you. It's more of like, this is something that you might have to do, or like this is on your shoulders. That's just how it feels to me. So whether it's like getting out of an issue, getting out of a problem, it's like, all right, well, I mean, you can't call in many reinforcements. Maybe you could get some advice, but it's like you're going to have to do a lot of the legwork here. Okay, so apologies for coming off so harsh. Watch out for issues with mother figures as well, especially with Empress in reverse, because she is the mother figure. And when I see it underneath the Three of Pentacles, watch out for clashes in regards to mother figures or motherhood in general. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Leo, these energies were super peculiar. I would say this week I would just like lay low. That's what I would do. But if you kind of look in the box, and remember, these aren't guaranteed. You could watch your other alignments. I don't want you to get all freaked out. But if you look here in the box, position number 1, we're starting with the 9 of Wands and the Tower in reverse. And it's like, yeah, not doing that again. Or I've seen this before. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. For another portion of you, it could be rejecting something completely. So for some of you, you might have your walls up, or maybe someone you're dealing with this. It also gave me like a trauma response, or it's like someone that's hyper vigilant. So watch out for stuff like that for sure. But there is this energy that's pushing away, pushing away, pushing away. Moving to the center, we have the Hanged Man with the 3 of Swords in the upright. Even if a situation is uncomfortable, Spirit wants you to really look it in the face and keep an eye on it. It was giving me a vibe of either a serious situation that you need to keep tabs on, even if it's uncomfortable. That's the big vibe I'm picking up here. And even though like these energies don't seem to be pressuring each other, they're not on the same wavelength at this moment. And it doesn't mean it's going to be permanent. Moving to the back end, and yeah, and this could also represent someone like scrutinizing you too much, or like unfairly scrutinizing you. So watch out for that. But moving to the back end, we have the 3 of Pentacles with the Empress in reverse. That came with a pretty harsh message where it's like, all right, well, you might have to get yourself out of this one, or this might be something that you have to solve. I did say watch out for issues with mother figures and potentially people that are like sycophants kind of, or act like they care, but they really don't. Okay, that's just the vibe I was picking up here on the back end. So the energy does look a little messy. Hopefully it's not yours. Maybe it's someone you're connected to. But yeah, please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be really good too. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. So we got quick, super quick. First shuffle, 5 of Cups. So yeah, this is an energy that I've been seeing lingering under the surface for a lot of signs recently. Actually, last week, like there were so many signs that had this in the main part of their spread. Now, the 5 of Cups isn't always, I'm going to put a silver lining in this for you, especially since we had such a choppy reading. In the positive, the 5 of Cups says like there is still a future. There is still a silver lining. All is not lost when this card shows up. Right? Because there's still cups that are standing. There's still stuff off in the distance. To me, it's like a rough patch, a bump in the road. It's something where it's like, it's not permanently going to be this way. That's the silver lining of the 5 of Cups. But at the same time, it can be difficult. This is called the River of Tears for a reason. So when I see this in the shadows, just know you might be really processing some heavy things. If not you, it could be somebody else. We saw it all over the reading this week, where it's like, oh, this person's dealing with some really, really difficult stuff. So I would say watch out for those swings. Try not to get trapped into a cycle of hopelessness, and just know that it's temporary. Your current situation is not your final destination. So Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You could go check out my digital calendar for availability. But for the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of the most beautiful new decks out there, the Stained Glass Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one is your favorite? Not your sign. Which one do you work best with? Which flows with your energy? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.